What's up, everybody? Gamer Boy for Life here, and today I'm going to be continuing on our 1.20.2 hack client series. This video I'm basically recording directly after the previous video, and in this video we're just going to be getting started on creating our modular system. That way we can start actually creating mods, but in order to do that we have to first create the base for our client, which we're going to be doing today. So to get started, make sure you have your project open up in Eclipse. I'm not going to waste any time. We're going to jump straight into this. So go ahead over here where it says source main Java, click the little arrow, right click, new package. So here typically the way we would do this, just type in me dot your name, so I'm Gamer Boy for Life, and then dot whatever your client name is going to be. I chose Grim for this client. If you guys have a cooler name in the comments, please let me know. Anyways, we're going to be clicking finish. Now that we have that set, we're going to right click, new class. Just name it whatever your client name is going to be. So for me, it's going to be Grim. And here, a little bit of this is going to be the same as it was in my previous client, but some stuff is going to have to change, of course, because we're on a whole different version of Minecraft. The code and everything's different. For now, we're going to do public, static. We're going to make a couple strings here. One's going to be named, well, name, and this is going to be your client name. So I'm going to be doing Grim, and I'll make another string called creator, and this will be set to Gamer Boy for Life. Alrighty, we're going to do public, static, Grim, and that's going to just be called instance. That will make a new Grim instance. And already airing out. Oh, it's because I expect a lot of that. Anyways, moving on. Next we're gonna do public static void start client. This is actually gonna be the method that starts our client when Minecraft launches, and if we create anything else like module managers, anything that needs to be ran when our client starts up, it's gonna get put into this method. So for now, we're not actually going to put anything, but I will do system.out.println. And in here, I'm just going to say starting Grim hack client LMAO hacker alert. Why not? This doesn't matter. It's just something we're going to use for debugging. So yeah. And now, in order to actually get our client to start when Minecraft launches, we have to go into Minecraft's class and actually add it in there. So if you're using Eclipse, you're going to go ahead and press Control, Shift, and R. That's going to open resource. Go ahead and type in Minecraft, and we want minecraft.java. Now we're going to scroll down to about line 592, roughly around here, yeah. So this is right after the game finishes basically loading a lot of the stuff, and we're just going to come here, add a note. I always recommend putting a note whenever you're messing with the source code. That way, if you mess something up, Minecraft keeps crashing, you can easily find where you changed the code. To add a note, you just have to put 2 slashes. Anyways, continuing on, we're going to do grim.instance.start client. Perfect, and that's all we got to do inside of here. Now, if we click on debug or run, we're going to let Minecraft load up, and once it's done loading, we should see the little note I added in our console here. That will tell us basically that we hooked it correctly. Oh, right there. Starting Grim hack client, LMAO hacker alert. Perfect. So we can go ahead and close Minecraft. I'm actually going to get rid of that. I just wanted to do that just so we can test it. Anyways, continuing on. We're gonna create a new package underneath Grim. So we'll just do .module. This is where all of our module related classes are gonna go. So first class we're gonna make is, well, module. You're gonna want to make this abstract. And I'm just gonna go ahead and create all the classes we need for now inside of here. That way we can kind of crank out a couple birds with one stone. Alright, so next we're actually going to just create a enum for category. We'll create another class called module manager. We're going to create one more class called keybinds. what did I want to name this? Key manager. Because the way keybinds work in this, I'll explain later on, but it's a lot different than how we're going to be doing it. It's a lot different from how I did it in my old client, sorry. Anyways, first class we're going to mess with is category. Basically, when you have mods, you can categorize them in a special way. Like polite, for an example, I guess you could call that a movement mod, or you could call it a player mod, depending on how you would want to do it. And I think this just makes everything easier to do. So for categories, I'm gonna have player, player, I lied, combat, movement, player, miscellaneous, and GUI. The GUI one's gonna come in handy later on when we actually start creating graphical user interface modules that you basically are always going to be on. You don't need to be touching them or anything, or if you want to, you can. And actually, I messed up. We also need to create a render mod, or a render category, sorry. Once you have your category set, you're going to capitalize every single one of them, put a comma in between and a semicolon at the end. Next, we're going to go into module. Now, module, we're going to have a lot of code in here, so just bear with me, all right? First things first, we got to create a tons of strings, basically. So public string called name, public string description. That way we can make descriptions of mods. We'll do public category as category, public boolean called toggled, public int e code, and public Minecraft MC. Basically, so string is going to be the name of, this one's going to be the name of our mods, description of our mods, the category of the mods, toggled, so we can say whether or not it's turned on or off, key code, which is the keybind. This right here just makes it easier. That way we don't have to keep typing Minecraft get instance. You could just type MC. Continuing on, we're going to do public module, and here we're going to do string name, string description, category as category, and int key code. We're going to do this dot name equals name, this dot description equals description, this dot category equals category, this dot toggled equals false. Oops, I forgot to add a semicolon. This dot key code, if you can guess, can you guess? Alright, you guessed right, it's key code. And this dot MC equals Minecraft dot get instance. Alright, perfect. Scrolling down, we're basically going to be creating tons of getters and setters and just different, methods. So first we'll do public int get key code. This will return as key code. Nice and easy. Moving on, we'll do public void on enable. Let's get that done. Public void on disable as well. We'll do public void on update. Public void toggle. This one's gonna actually have stuff in it. So this dot toggled equals this dot toggled with the exclamation point. When you put an exclamation point, it basically makes the statement false. So this dot toggled means it's on. With that, it means it's not on. Continuing on, we'll say if this dot toggled, we'll do on enable, else on disable. Alright, the syntax for that one's a little weird, so I'll stop for a second. Go ahead I probably should have said this earlier on. If you at any point get lost while I'm coding, I know I can move kind of fast. I talk really fast as well. Go ahead, pause the video, rewind it, or just go ahead and pause the video till you catch up. For now, I am going to move on. We're going to do public string get name. That's going to return as name. We'll do public category as get category. That's going to return, if you can guess, category. We'll do public boolean is toggled, and that's going to return toggled. We'll do public void set toggled, boolean toggled. So this one's basically going to make it so we can set something. Basically, we could set a mod if it's toggled or not. Next, we'll do public void on render. We'll say if this dot is toggled, it's going to render logic, which I will explain why we do it like this in a minute. Last thing we're going to play in module for now is protected void render logic, and just close it off right there. Okay, I know we just did a lot here. This is basically just so if another mod needs to get like the name of a module or the category, it can. The on render one, I had issues before during testing when I didn't do like if this is toggled. Basically, whenever I had a render mod, it was always permanently activating and it wouldn't stop activating. It did get kind of annoying. Anyways, continuing on. We can close out a module for now. We're going to open up module manager. This is going to be our next. This actually is probably going to be the longest one we're going to do today. Actually, no, the in-game overlay is. I lied. Anyways, module manager. Private static list module, and we'll just call it modules. We're going to import the list from java.util. Next, we need to make the actual main constructor here. So module manager. And this is where we're basically going to add all of our modules. So it will be add mod. Oh, never mind. I'm not worried about that right now. Typically, what I like to do inside of this, this is where we're going to add all of our mods. That way they're actually getting registered. I like adding the categories for all of my modules. So I did combat, movement. I think I did player, render, miscellaneous, and GUI. So yeah, that's really all you got to do for now. We don't have any mods right as of now, so we could just ignore that. Moving down. Whew, getting thirsty. We'll do public void add mod, module, and we'll say modules.add module. So now if you want to add a mod in here, the syntax where it's going to be add mod new example mod. I'll just do that for now. But instead of example mod, you'll actually put what mod you create, but I'll show you that in the future. All right, moving on. We're going to do another public static list module get all modules. Return as modules. A lot of these like get all modules and stuff we're creating that way in the next video when I go to do a click GUI. Actually in the next video we're going to create a few different mods. Part 4 I'll probably do the click GUI, but these methods are going to be necessary for us to do that. Anyways, we'll do another public list for module. This will be get enabled modules. We'll say this returns as module.stream.filter. And in here we'll do module colon is toggled dot collectors dot to list. Again, that's another one where the syntax is a little weird, so go ahead and pause the video if you need to. Next one's going to be kind of the same, so public static list module. This one's going to be get modules by category. And here we'll put category as category. We'll say this will return as modules.stream.filter. And here we'll actually do module, a little arrow like that, module.get category, and we'll say that's equal to the actual category dot collect collectors dot to list. Alright, I need to change the X and capitalize the M. Alright, so get enabled modules, as you could probably tell, when we call upon this, it will search through all of our modules, see which ones are currently turned on, and give them. This one will filter them by what category they're a part of. Anyways, moving on, we're about halfway through this class. There's a lot more to add here. We're going to do public void on tick. And here we're going to type in key manager is key manager. Actually, we're not going to put anything in that one for now because we haven't done the key manager class. So we'll come back to this one. I'm actually going to just delete that for now. My apologies, guys. Anyways, public module, we'll say get module by name, string name. We'll say for module as modules. If the module dot get name dot equals ignore case name, gonna return as module. And we'll go down a couple brackets and do return as null. That way we can close that. That will allow us to pull a specific module just by the module's name. Now we'll do public void toggle module string name. Once again, we'll do module equals get module by name. Put name in there. We'll say if the module does not equal null, module dot toggle. That way we can actually toggle the modules. Moving on, we'll do public static void on update. We'll say for module as modules. We'll run module dot on update. Last one for this class for now. Public void on render. We'll say for modules. We'll do module dot on render. All right. I know that was kind of repetitive. Sorry about that. This part in the video, or this video part out of this series is going to be the most repetitive because we're just setting up, basically the foundation for what our client's going to be. So it is going to take a lot. Anyways, I won't bore you guys with that. We'll just keep moving on right now. We'll do our key manager next. That way we can finish module manager and actually put everything together properly. So in here, we're going to do private final Minecraft is MC as Minecraft.get instance. And we'll make a private boolean, open and close bracket, keys rest. That's what we're going to call it. And this will be set to equal a new boolean called underscore key underscore last. I probably should have said this class is the one, because before in my 1.8.8 series, we were able to properly hook our key binding system into Minecraft's code. Unfortunately, with the newer versions of Minecraft, it handles stuff differently. A lot of the code that handles that kind of foundation, we don't have access to anymore. So this class is going to be always running in the background, basically, and it's going to determine every time you press a key on your keyboard. If that key matches up to what you have set in one of your modules, it's going to activate the module, which is really freaking cool. Anyways, public void check keys. Module manager, we're going to shorten. Actually, we're not. We're just going to do module manager. I lied. We're going to create a long called window handle. Set this equal to mc.getWindow.getWindow. For module, we'll do module manager.get all modules. So it's going to pull every module that we create. And here we'll create an int called key code. This will be set to the module.get key code that we created earlier. And we'll say if glfd w dot glfw get key. The window handle will stay the same. Key code's going to stay the same. You're going to go out one of these parentheses, do equals equals glfw dot glfw underscore press. Okay, so this line is basically just determining, like, did you press a button? Did you press a button? That's all it's doing. We'll say if, exclamation point. So if not, the keys pressed, the code. Sorry, this can get confusing. I typed something wrong. There we go. We'll do module dot toggle. And we'll do keys pressed, key code equals true. Alright, gonna go down to do else, keys pressed, key code equals false. Whew. Alright, that's everything we need to do for the key manager. We're never gonna open that class again. Hopefully. Famous last words. Anyways, now that we did the key manager, you need to go back into module manager. We're gonna go down to the bottom. We'll do public void on tick. And here we can initiate the key manager. Come on. Alright, key manager. We'll do key manager dot check keys. This. We'll say for modules. If module dot is toggled, module dot on update. We're almost done. Already we're already at 22 minutes for the video, so I'm gonna try to keep these videos all kind of short, not over long, because I know it can get very repetitive. Anyways, we can start closing out of all of this stuff for now. So let's close out. We're gonna go back to our main class and actually start initiating some of the stuff we created. So right here, I'm gonna add a note. This is gonna be adding managers. So up here, we're gonna do public static module manager. I'm just gonna shorten it to mod manager for the sake of this. We'll do public static key manager as key manager. And you're gonna want to import this and make sure you're importing the right class, like the key manager for an example. We want the one we created. Now underneath start client, we're gonna do mod manager equals new module manager. Maybe if I could type correctly, we'll do key manager equals new manager as well. All right, a couple more things we got to add to this class. We'll just get rid of all that extra space. We're gonna go down below. This method we're about to do, I'm just adding a note that we guys kind of know here. So this is gonna run a code every game tick. So we'll do public static void on tick, and we'll do mod manager dot on tick key manager. So this is basically once we actually put this into the Minecraft code, this is just going to keep running every tick of the game. And anything we actually put in this on tick will do that, but I'm not too worried about anything else as of right now. Last thing we're going to add to this class is public void on render. You're going to type in GUI graphics as GUI graphics, and we can actually import this in a minute. Yep, so import. All we're gonna do, actually, I lied. We don't need to do this one. Sorry, I'm getting a phone call. That's why I kind of looked away, and I'm not thinking straight right now. I'm gonna leave this here. We're not gonna put anything inside of it for now, because what this is gonna help us with is in the next video, I'm gonna create a in-game overlay as well as create a few different modules. The in-game overlay is going to allow it so on the top right, like where it'll show what modules you have enabled. On the top left, it'll have like, yeah, anyways, this on-render method is basically what we're going to use to drawing that to the screen. This gets one line of code. Unfortunately, we can't do that yet. So we're just not gonna do that. Now, before we end the video here, we created a lot of stuff. There's a lot of code. At this point, if you think you missed anything, pause, go back, double check all your code. Even if you think you typed it all correctly, please just do me the favor and double check your code. 9 out of 10 issues people contact me about, saying like, hey, this doesn't work at this point in the video. They send me their code and it turns out they missed something. Something as easy as missing a bracket or a semicolon will break your entire class. So just please go back and double check. I know I type quick, I talk fast, and I'm trying to get better at it. It's just that's what I do. Now, if you're absolutely positive you've typed everything correctly, we can move forward. What you're going to do to start out, press Control-Shift-R. We're going to type in level ticks. Maybe level ticks. Alrighty. So inside of level ticks, this is where we're going to be putting the basically on tick method. So I'm gonna scroll down to about right here. This is the actual tick method, the actual tick system, and this is where we're gonna be putting our on tick method. So do //grim, and we will do grim.instance.onTick. So that's now our onTick method is now registered inside the Minecraft code. Next one we're going to be putting into the Minecraft code is going to be our onUpdate function. So for that one, we're going to open up living entity. For this, we're going to press Control F. You're going to type in public void tick and click enter. Gonna take us down to a line. All right, I am back for now. Sorry about that. That spider just started crawling across, like running like a madman across my monitor. That kind of terrified me. I hate spiders. Where was I at? Oh yeah. So here we're gonna do at our note, we'll do grim.instance.onTick. Yeah, so we basically had to put the onTick method in the two different parts. My apologies. I just kind of blanked out because a spider. I had Spider-Man running across my freaking monitor. All right, sorry. Last one we're gonna do is initiate on render. So for that one, we need to open up the game renderer class. We're gonna press Control F again. Again, we're gonna look for public void tick. So right here is where we can actually start initiating our on render method. We'll do grim and do what was it? Grim.instance.modmanager.onRender. And this will allow us to actually render stuff onto the screen. Now, the way I'm doing this, every single tick basically in game is gonna render something. And that way, basically when you render something, you don't have to worry about it going away. Now, once you have those all in, that is perfect. We actually don't need to do anything else. And that's gonna probably be everything for this video. The only way we'll know if it works is by creating a test mod, but unfortunately this video is already going long. So in the next video, I'm going to be creating a in-game overlay, and once that's created, we'll actually create our first modules. That way we could test to make sure everything's working. If you guys did enjoy the video, if you found it useful or anything, please give me a subscribe and like the video. Let me comment down below what you would like to see me do next, and other than that, peace out.